Call this meeting to order. It's 10 a.m. Roll call, sir.
All right.
Okay, as you wish, stand for the pledge and invocation. Yes.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we come to you on this day in remembrance of what happened in this great country 17 years ago. We pray for the men and women who serve this country. We pray for the men and women who are involved in that terrible, terrible attack. And we just pray to you, God Almighty, that you will continue to give us the strength and the courage. Give us the strength and courage for those that are attacking us abroad and for other reasons. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. And for those of you hearing noises, they're putting a new floor in next door, so that's what that's all about. Okay, consent agenda consists of last week's minutes, treasurer's monthly report, the recorder's monthly report, the county clerk's certificate of training, and the sheriff's certificate of training. I would move that we consider that. Second? Okay, all in favor? There are no table agenda items. The bid rejection, we opened the bid last week for flooring for the Division III courtroom, and Brian has said that we can do better. So, and again, they're going to use their technology they've trained here and do over there most likely. So they're learning how to put floors in.
Now, our three maintenance guys are actually working back there right now.
They're back there right now. That's the hammering and the drilling here. They're doing a great job.
Yeah.
I would
move that we reject the Division III courtroom flooring bid.
Second motion. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Opioid lawsuit. Cindy was going to be here and she is not. And I think the topic was, why are we not involved in the lawsuit? Well, the answer is we will be, but not yet. Here's a graph from that a law firm, the Foley, put out. And it shows that St. Francis County is a very prime dispenser of opioids. That particular one is methadone, and the other that I won't try to pronounce. The other graphs are very similar to that, and St. Francis County is the leader. I don't know why we're the leader. I don't know if we have more drug treatment programs here or what the deal is, but Cape County is the one very next to us, and it's very low compared to us. So I think my point is that St. Francis County is the county that all the law firms want to be involved with. Now, the only law firm to approach us was I call it the Jack Garvey firm. And in negotiations, when I met with Garvey, he said your contingency fees would be 30%. I said, is that negotiable? He kind of cleared his throat and said, no one has asked that before. And then he went on talking about something else. He didn't answer the question. Later, I asked him if there would be legal fees involved, and he didn't answer that. So, realize this is a lawsuit, there's no guarantee of returns, and yet we could be hit with legal fees. So we didn't want to subject the taxpayer to that possibility. So for that reason, we told, and Garvey's not the law firm, that's the lawyer that talked to him. And so we told him we didn't want to go into account. We think that with the way that graph shows, that we can negotiate. We know that there's some of these law firms working with 25% contingency fees, and some of them are not charging legal fees. So that's our goal. As I say on the bottom line, that's what we hope for. Have a whole stack of law firms that are working on this, and there are others that carry Danish and Lowell's garbage money. And so we'll be talking to each of these people, each of these groups, and trying to negotiate a better position in that. So, to answer the basic question, are we involved in opioid lawsuit? Not yet, but we plan to be. I mean, we think we can do better by waiting just a little bit and doing some negotiation. Any questions on that? Yes, Paul?
That's a lot of information on this slide. Was this something that was discussed?
Please talk about it.
It's a lot of information on these slides. Was this something that was discussed prior to this meeting?
No, my attorney has sent me emails on this. So, there's a discussion between us now.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I just told them this morning I was gonna have a presentation on this, they don't know what this is, they've not seen it. But I do a lot of research. Any other questions? Yes, Rich?
Harold, does this, we put many processes into a bid procedure. Is this something we would bid to secure these services? Is that open
Normally
to
with
us?
legal stuff, you request, what do they call that? The
ROP.
ROP, yeah.
Okay.
And that's different than soliciting bid,
Yep,
but
yep.
essentially, that's kind of what we're saying, is we're looking out to see what's best for the county, and
Sure.
we're not intending to not pursue it, we just wanna make sure we're gonna do the best we can do.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Okay, no other question, I guess we can move on from that topic. Sales tax collection report, we have a nice gain. Ms. Treasurer, you want to do this?
Yes, so our sales tax collections are up, which should make the commissioners very happy. I would think, at 2.27. So if you have any questions about anything, just let me know. And do you have any questions about the monthly report?
No, I was
Treasurer's office?
gonna comment that
Okay.
for monthly reports, we've been going very much less than 1%. But all of a sudden, the next one's still 2+%. We really picked up this month.
It seems that way, yes. So
Would that have
it was
anything-
about, I can't remember what it was last month, but it's up. And that's the way it goes.
Yeah, it's been less than, quite a bit less than 1%. Does that have anything to do with the state's reporting methods?
I think the state's pretty well straightened out with their Department of Revenue getting their new system in place, and I think this is just the way it is. I think they're doing their job and getting it to us as quickly as they can, and it looks good right now.
And this is compared to this time last year.
And that was a good year.
Compared to this time last year, and then we have an updated report for Dano to put on the new website when it gets launched, so that people will be able to see the sales tax reports comparisons for several years, so.
At the first this month, we were 66% through the year, so.
Right.
And last year, we picked up over 10 million, so we're 7+ million now, so we're heading quite a bit above 10 million, 11. So, that's good.
Okay.
Any questions? Hearing no questions, we move on. Thank you for that report. Now, we have our guest. That's her boss, by the way. Pam Allison's going to speak to us.
I am Pam Allison. I'm an
Pam,
automatic.
can you stand there? Come up
Sure,
here, please.
sure. I would first want to thank you all for inviting us in to audit the prosecuting attorney's office. I'm Pam Allison. I'm a CPA. I've worked for the Missouri State Auditor's Office for 26 years. I've worked for 6 different state auditors. I have extensive experience in auditing local governments, counties, cities, school districts, special road districts, fire districts. I also am the lead manager on our public corruption unit that we review all whistleblower calls that we have. We review all emails that we receive to determine if information is credible. Jim Kaiser, he's a certified fraud examiner, and he will be the auditor, supervising the auditor or the audit, and he'll be the person that the county deals with the most. And he and I have worked together on several audits, and I think you're going to find that he's very professional, thorough, and will do an extremely good job for you all. So as I was mentioning, we receive allegations or hotline calls through a whistleblower hotline, which is what started this audit and our request for you all to invite us in. So with that, if anybody would like to contact our office regarding this audit, our hotline number is 1-800-347-8597. Or you can get on our website and send us an email as well. All concerns that we receive are confidential. And if there's any media present, I can offer up our media address as well.
Say that again, please, louder. I didn't hear you, what you said about the media.
If any media is present, I can provide an email address or a contact person for them to contact. As auditors, we typically don't deal with the press, so we prefer not to, so we'll pass on that responsibility. As we discussed with you all, our office will set the scope of the audit, so it'll kind of depend on the credible information we've already received, plus any additional hotlines we get, and then we'll also review the county's internal control procedures, your records. So as far as a timeline, I can't really tell you all how long it's gonna take until we kind of get the audit planned. As we also discussed with you all, our audit will not be released before the November election. It is our office's standard procedure to not release a report when an elected official is running for election 30 days prior. In my entire 26 years, that's been the office's policy. And in addition to that, we don't get an audit done that quick, to be quite honest with you. So there's no way in the world we're gonna get an audit completed before November, which we have visited with you all also. So the audit process is we're gonna gather the records. I think various officials have already started putting together packages for us. And then we will do our audit work, we'll plan the audit, and then at the end of our audit, we will come back and meet with you all and the prosecutor in a closed session to review the report. And why we do that is to ensure that our report is accurate and factual and to obtain your responses. But we don't want there to be a misunderstanding, we don't want to report something that's not factual. So we will meet with you all in closed session, and then our reports go through an extensive review process because we want to be so factual and be so accurate. But then the state auditor will sign that report and it'll be released publicly later on. As we've indicated, the estimated costs are $25,000 to $50,000. We're gonna try and do the audit just as efficiently and effectively as we can. Part of that, we need everyone to cooperate with us to get us records just as timely as we can. Should we need to exceed that estimate, we'll notify you immediately. I don't foresee that to be a problem. Do you all have any questions?
Is it too preliminary to discuss the scope of the audit? That has not been established yet?
No, we have not set the scope of the audit. It'll be dependent upon the whistleblower calls, the credible information we receive. So we will set the scope based on what we learn from that kind of information.
And at least as far as documents that you've requested thus far, have you found the county cooperative and helpful in turning
Extremely.
documents over to you?
Extremely. I called them all this last week and they all seem like they're gonna be extremely cooperative. So we're looking forward to that, so.
Will we be meeting with you today to find out exactly what you're gonna need? And
She's the treasurer. She's the
Yeah.
treasurer.
Yes, we'll probably just come and visit with the folks that I already made contact with regarding the records. I promised the prosecutor that I'll probably come over there this afternoon and visit with him and his clerks and administrative assistant about their office's procedures. But in the next 2 days, you'll see us probably more than you want to.
Okay, looking forward to it.
Any others? Go ahead.
I I apologize for the sunglasses. I injured my eye over Labor Day weekend, so sunlight hurts it, and you guys really don't want to see what it looks like underneath. So, didn't want to be unprofessional, but thought I better.
Are there any other questions? As a follow-up request, the commission asked everybody's assistance and cooperation with them. The more we can help them, the quicker it goes and the less our costs are, so we appreciate that. And we welcome you here. And also, we have reserved this room, and Louis' conference room is available to them. So if you see the signs up saying closed meeting, it's just because we're giving them price. So that's for the next couple of days. Any other comments or questions? Okay. Next regular meeting will be same time, same place next week. This 911. 17 years ago today, our world changed. And Maine and Massachusetts celebrate this as a state holiday now, and Wisconsin observes it. But I'm kind of hoping one day it'll be a national holiday. We've got, our family's got first responders and military, and heart goes out to them. Other business, correspondence. Public comments. Departmental reports. Here's Louis. Oh, Louis, I'm sorry.
Want to remind office holders and county employees that are under our insurance that we will have the visit of the insurance company representatives, free health care clinic for those insured. So that includes children and spouses as well. Also, Cardio Optics from Arkansas will be here, and I'll be sending this out to department heads, office holders. They do heart vascular screenings and cancer screenings, and but because it's preventive care, they charge you for it. Yeah. So doesn't make sense to me, but $175 for heart screening, $175 for cancer screening, and if you want both, it's $265, and they will be on site to do that, and it's a private screening. So.
Okay. While you're up, here's the report. At August 31st, we were at 67.57% through the year. So I've outlined everything that was above that. Keep in mind that many of these offices, seniors, will spend kind of lump sum all at once, and then their annual budget is shot, but that's planned. So it's not always just straight line through the year on a straight line graph or anything like that. So that's the position we are now on the budget. We thank you for that report.
Well, thank Amber. She's the one that does the work.
Yeah, we thank Amber a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Road Bridge guys, you have that?
Yeah, we doing an overlay on Old Cadet Road, and we were going to remove the asphalt from the bridge before we laid over it to decrease the weight on the bridge. And as we removed the asphalt, the underlying concrete surface was deteriorated enough so that we needed to replace it. So we did replace the deck on that bridge. It should raise the weight limit on it, as well as provide more structure, take weight off of it. And as of yesterday, the road was paved on both sides of the bridge. So
did the rain affect your preparation?
Excuse me?
Did the rain affect your preparation?
Well, we was afraid that it wasn't. We worked all weekend, Saturday and Sunday, with the rain and the flooding. But we had it prepped for them to start laying yesterday morning. We were fearful that the rain was going to wash out some of our excavation, but it did not. We were lucky in that sense. So
with concrete curing time, when will the bridge be open?
It's open now.
It is open.
We left it. We actually poured this Wednesday, and we left it closed until Monday, yesterday about noon. But we did not allow the heavy truck traffic on it yesterday for our overlay. So we started at the bridge and laid west, and then they will start at the bridge and lay east. So the equipment has stayed off of it. It is open to regular traffic, but our heavy trucks have stayed off.
Any other questions, comments, departmental reports? Move adjourned.
I second.
All in favor? Who wants to know about what happened after World War II? Yes, the flu, Spanish flu. Thank you, Patrick, me too. 675,000 people died of that, while 116 died of the war. So 50 million people died of the flu in that time, and 500 million were affected. This 100th anniversary, it was major. Yeah, so, thank y'all.
Don't spit.
Thank you, appreciate you.
Sit, don't spit.
Yeah.